Hey guys and gals, and everybody in between. This is Jerry,
And Jacob.
and we are two unrelated brothers. You can find us on Anchor, Spotify, Apple, and wherever else you may get your podcasts. Our YouTube channel is Two Unrelated Brothers with an exclamation point at the end. And we are on Instagram under Two Unrelated Brothers. Our on Twitter as well, or X, I guess now, our handle is at Two Unrelated Bros. You can contact us via our email at two unrelatedbrothers at gmail.com with any greetings, critiques, recommendation, or even if you just want to talk for a little bit or whatever, be more than happy to reach back out to y'all. So Jacob, our backgrounds, if you follow or you're watching on video, our backgrounds are different than they usually are. Jacob, can you explain a little bit why?
Yes, and first order of business. This is on me because I didn't update it right. Man, I'm not active on X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it now. I'm not active on that anymore. So
Okay.
Yeah, so that's
scratch Twitter, X, whatever.
Scratch that. Yeah. No idea if I want to even attempt Threads. I know Instagram's super promoting that.
What's Threads?
That's a Meta's that's Meta's version of Twitter. That's the competition. Now, you didn't know. You're usually more in tune with this kind of stuff than me.
I try to lay off with like the like social media kind of stuff. Obviously, I mean Instagram and Facebook or whatever.
And we're doing this.
Yeah, and this, we have a whole podcast.
Yeah. No, that's good. That's good. I mean, we have it, but that's like as active as I am too. We're very interesting people. Such good thing we're hosting a podcast. But now with that housekeeping out of the way, yes, Jerry, our background's a little different. If you're listening only on audio, it looks like a trivia background because, well, this is what today is about. I've been wanting to do this for a long time. I am very excited about this. So all it is I'm going to be reading Jerry, bad reviews of universally acclaimed games, both critically and by audience. And most of these too you enjoy as well. Like our lowest rated game on here is an 8. Okay, so it's still very good.
If you break the whole thing of us not having The Last of Us in almost every other episode, and I'll be mad, especially if it's not in this one, because that's a great game. There's got to be a bunch of people that and I'm talking about the first one because I understand the second one. Definitely a mixed bag. It's grown on me, I will say that, but especially the first one. The first one, I mean, I love it. It's good.
No, yeah. So yeah, don't worry about that. It could be on here, maybe it won't be, because like I said, I tried to mix it up a little bit. It's hard to do with, like I said, really acclaimed games, because if you are if you're just even a casual gamer will probably know a lot of these games.
Okay.
Because they're so popular.
Right.
But to help you out, because that's a lot of games in history. This is specifically from the years 2008 to 2014. So our high school and the first couple years of college or boot camp. So prime PS3, beginning of PS4. That's what we're looking at here. Just so you have that. So think of the best games from that era, and I think you'll have a solid foundation.
Okay. All right. Cool.
All right. And okay, so if you need to, it can go up to 2 hints or 2 reviews, I should say.
Okay.
If you can guess the game on the first review, that's 10 points. If you can't do it, by the way, if you guess wrong on it, it won't hurt you. So may as well just take a stab in the dark if you don't know. It won't discount you.
Okay.
So then we'll go to the second review. And if you can get it on the second review, then that's 5 points. And then if you just have no idea, then obviously I'll tell you, and then no points. For the most part, I would say I try to keep this to specifically Metacritic user reviews, because it's a lot easier to find funnier reviews on there. And for the record, if you don't like these games on here, there's nothing wrong with disliking a popular game. I especially like looking back on these, there was a lot of good bad reviews, like, oh, this is a fair point. But of course I'm not using those because that's just not as entertaining as someone who took this game personally, like its mere existence just set them off. So I'm not trying to pick on you if you don't like any of these games. That's not the point of this. It's just more to just kind of, I know, it's just weird. You know, I've read something on a game where it's got a 4 out of 10, right? Because it's too easy. On that same game, like right below it, for the same score, someone says 4 out of 10 because it's too hard. So, you know, it's funny looking at that and going, well, obviously both can't be true, but we all have our individual tastes.
The water's too wet.
Water's just too much water.
Water's too wet. 2 out of 10.
Exactly. Like I said, I try to keep these within the first few years of release. So keep that in mind as well. Like, kind of like what you said, if someone's review bombing from 10 years in the future, I'm not including that.
Got you.
And again, this is not related to the trivia night, but again, looking through these, I saw a lot of, I think this game is worth a 7 or 8 score, but I'm going to give it a 0 because I want to balance out the score because it doesn't deserve a 10. I say this as nice as I can. Piss off. You are not smart. You are not special for that. That's fucked up. Just give it the score you think it deserves. That's it. That's my little rant done. But feel free to play along if you're listening. And
Jacob's too polite. I think he means fuck you.
In the moment, I got it all out. There's no need to do it now. I literally just like, come on, dude, just give it what you think it is. But in any case, Jerry, are you ready? You think you've understand? You were clear on this?
Yes, we are clear.
All right, and obviously because no one knows what games I put on here, please feel free to play along as well. So let's start off with, I will also tell you a couple extra hints. I will also tell you the year. So if you remember the year of the game, that's good. I'll tell you the year, the Metacritic, and the meta user score. Those won't be too helpful maybe, but it might give you like a little bit of an edge, like, oh wait, people love this game, so it's probably this. Or people didn't like it that much, so it's probably not that.
Okay.
All right, so enough of that. Let's get right into it. The number one game from the year 2010, Metacritic score 95, user score 9.0. First review. What were you smoking when you thought this GTA ripoff is good? The textures and glitches are horrible. Mediocre story. Go play Zelda Twilight Princess, that way you get a third person with a good camera. If you like this game, you're a Kurt Russell fan, 3 out of 10.
Kurt Russell fan. It's got to be Saints Row.
Jerry, that is incorrect.
Okay. Now,
okay. Think about this. I'll give you the second one, but think like this. GTA ripoff. Play Zelda if you want a third person with a good camera. All right. So here we go. Also, by the way, I'm reading these verbatim, so if it sounds like I'm speaking broken English, which I do most of the time, to be fair, I'm reading these verbatim.
Okay.
So they're a little weird, and also there's only one word where maybe I might skip just because I don't want to cause any fuss.
Yeah.
All right. So here's the second hint. Can't do half the things you can do in a GTA game. Die when entering waist-deep water. Short bus fast traveling system. Pointless awards from challenges. Accidentally target someone and you get into a lot of trouble. Controls suck as if you're used to keyboard mouse. Can't tell friends from enemies in a gunfight. 4 out of 10.
Okay. What gave it away for me is the bus system. Far Cry 2.
Okay, that's my bad because I said short bus fast traveling system. They use the R word. Can I say it?
Oh.
I'm just gonna say it. I'm sorry. This is not meant to upset anyone. Retarded fast traveling system.
Oh. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
So it's Far Cry 2, right?
It is not, Jerry.
What the fuck? A bus fast travel system?
No. I'm telling you. I said short bus as a substitute for retarded.
But retarded bus.
No, just retarded.
Oh,
I was trying to censor myself, and now we've said it 5-6
times. So, okay.
Let's call that a mulligan. I'll read the whole thing again verbatim. Okay. Again, very sorry if. Okay. Oh God Almighty, this is great. We're doing fantastic. Can't do half the things you do in a GTA game. Die when entering waist deep water. Sorry again. Retarded fast traveling system.
Okay, I know what it is.
Yeah, I think that. Yes, that is correct.
Okay.
We eventually got there.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
The bus is what threw me off because
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm sorry about that. I was trying to.
Far Cry 2 is the bus.
It is. I didn't know that. See that now I've
Yeah.
learned something.
Yeah.
All right, congrats, Jerry. That's 5 points. So now you got a little taste. I would want to say that's probably one of the more. These are the more helpful reviews.
Okay.
Because a couple of them are, like I said, some of these I really tried to make it possible, but they're going to be tough. But yeah, I figured the dying in waist deep water would be what you're
Yeah.
going to do.
The I didn't find the stagecoach thing too frustrating.
Yeah, and then I think the fast travel there is, well, I think it's just signposts, I want to say.
And in Red Dead
first
Redemption,
one? I want to say so.
I thought it was like stagecoach shit. Like you go to a stagecoach and you can like clip whatever town, and you could even go to like a waypoint, so you can go anywhere.
And maybe so. I think I might be mixing it up with Red Dead 2. I think that's what's happening. But yeah, I didn't think it was that bad. But what threw me off here is if you like this game, you're a Kurt Russell fan. I don't know where that's coming from. I love Kurt Russell, by the way, so I guess he's right. Oh yeah. Well, that's a good movie. That's a good cowboy movie.
I agree.
Yeah, and I mean, we've proven his point. We are Kurt Russell fans, and we love this game, so that's checkmate for him. Good on you, dude. You were right. You won. Okay, game number 2 from 2014. 82 critic score, 8.8 user.
Okay.
All right. By far, one of the worst, most boring games I have ever played. Characters are painfully boring and stupid. Dialogues are even worse. Made me angry most of the playtime. Action scenes are mostly redundant with no real action involved. At the end of the 5th episode, the only choice I regret is playing the game. If someone offered me to jump down the witching well or to replay the game, I'd be jumping before they could finish the sentence. 1 out of 10.
Okay, so is it The Witcher? I don't know, Witching Well. I'm trying to think. Action. It said episode 5, right? Hold on, it's not
Yes.
my final.
It's okay. You're good.
The Wolf Among Us.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, you got it. Good job, Jerry. I really thought you wouldn't. Although now I think about it, the episode 5 probably gave it away a little bit. That it's some kind of episodic release.
And The Witching Well.
Oh, is that it? I just thought he misspelled wishing well. I thought he was being dumb. No, it was me.
No.
I was the dummy.
You need to play the game. It's a good one, I'm telling you. Wolf Among Us is a classic.
Dang. Well, look at that. That's what I give for judging. I'll give you the second review, though, just for fun.
Okay.
It's bad, boring, and the story is mediocre. The graphics are too neon for my taste. Way worse compared to the Walking Dead series, though that stuff went downhill starting season 3-ish too. 0 out of 10.
Oh, suck a dick.
I knew these. I knew those would upset you because you love those games.
I'm actually playing, or I just finished playing the new Tales from the Borderlands, and I'm not really a big Borderlands person, but I like those games. They're good.
No, yeah, I'm glad they were able to finish off The Walking Dead, and I'm pretty sure they're close now to finishing up the Wolf Among Us season 2.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, so that's great for you. Okay, so far so pretty good. I guess the goal here was, I thought if you could get half of these right, I don't know, I'd buy you lunch or something. Like if you get 75 points, I'd say I'll buy you lunch. And if you don't get 75 points, let's say instead of marrying Evelyn, you marry me, and we'll call that even.
Okay.
Yeah, we're good with that.
I'm good with that. We can do that.
Perfect.
We can do that.
Perfect. I'm sure Texas will allow that. So third game. I almost said the name like an idiot. Okay, third game from 2008.
Okay.
96 critic score, 9.0 user.
Hold on. Before you even read this, GTA 4.
You want to lock that in? If you guess
this,
okay. I will say, I guess if you get it right, I'll give you like 20 points. But then if you get it wrong, we just immediately forfeit the first guess.
Uh, okay, I'll lock it in.
That is wrong.
Oh,
Oh,
shit.
that would have been really impressive, though.
Oh, okay,
Man,
okay, okay,
that would be
okay,
really
cool.
good. I'll still read you the first review, though.
Okay, okay.
Dang, that I kind of wish it was. That would have been really funny. Okay.
Oh,
I absolutely detest any game that wins Game of the Year award when it not only has no multiplayer content, but can't even get the campaign single player mode to be the least bit non-linear. Probably the single most boring game I have ever played. So much for taking the ratings to heart and dropping $60 on something I hated so badly. I felt selling it was wrong because I would be putting it back into circulation 0 out of 10. So a couple
okay,
clues there.
so 2008
Mm-hmm.
story mode only.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Because he detests any game that wins Game of the Year but has no multiplayer content.
man, I don't know why. I don't even know if this came out in 2008. I'm thinking God of War
You guessed
3.
your first one, so we'll just leave it at that. But keep that in mind. Just keep that in mind. All
Okay.
right. Second review.
Okay.
Wow. Totally uninspired. Let's see here. Music sucks. Graphics. Wow. What the hell? Really, really bad. I bet you though I was going to say good, right? Well, too bad. They really suck. These guys should take a hint from Doom 3 or Halo instead. Those are real graphics. Gameplay average, but boring overall. I just want to run in there and blow some people up. Is that too much to ask for? I don't want to be able to shoot fire at somebody, watch him run into the water, and then shoot Elec to kill him. Why can't I just kill him right then and there? Story? Sigh. Boring as hell. I don't even understand it. Makes no sense. 1 out of 10.
Okay. BioShock PS3 release.
Jerry, that is correct. Congratulations. It was a combat, wasn't it, that gave it away?
Yeah, man. See, and what the crazy thing, because BioShock came out in like 2005 or 2006
I
on
think
Xbox.
2006 or 2007, yeah. So yeah,
So
just the year could be a little messed up.
yeah, because the game that, like, when I think of 2008 in gaming, GTA 4.
That is fair. That is completely fair. But I think we talked about it too. We talked about other games on we have on the podcast. I was about to say the specific game, can't say it though. 2008, really good year for gaming. That was a solid release year.
Did
And
God of
yeah,
War 3 come out in 2008?
no, I think it was 2010.
Mm,
A quick little break for Google.
just a Google break. But yeah, as soon as you said 2008, dude, I could have, because that like I don't even think of BioShock when I think of 2008 at all.
That's
Um,
fair. Yeah, I didn't think. Yeah, I think that's why I tried to like kind of specifically say PS3 because I know that with some of these games, it could change years depending on the platform.
yeah, yeah,
But you still
yeah.
got it though. I mean, that's still impressive. And God of War 3 came out 2010 originally.
Okay,
All right.
gotcha.
But I mean, hey, so far you've at least gotten 5 points on all of them. You're on pace to still be able to marry Evelyn, so this is good for you.
Good.
All right. The fourth game now.
Okay.
2008.
Okay.
98 critic, 8.2 user.
Okay.
You feeling confident or no?
I'm not gonna blow
Okay.
my first.
Okay. First review. Graphics could be better. Appeals to children with the need for porn and violence. Appeals to teenagers with the need for porn, violence, and cars. Appeals to adults with the need for porn and violence. Grow up. 1 out of 10.
Is this Grand Theft Auto 4?
Jerry, yes it is.
I did not Jacob. You fucked me.
No, I'm sorry. I did not
Oh,
plan
you
that.
fucked
Oh
me.
no.
Oh, you fucked me.
I will say I was gonna put it first with the 2008, but I thought no, he's gonna know immediately because that's one of his favorite games of all time. So I gotta make that the second or third 2008 game.
To be fair, I do love porn and violence, so.
Again, checkmate, dude. Damn, he's got us.
What's that second review? What's when you
Second review, yeah, these are really easy to find because it's GTA. You know, it's like it's good. That one's great. This was more like, come on, dude. Okay, second review. I am an avid gamer. 37K gamer score. but I can't roll with a game that revolves around cop killing and prostitution. 2 out of 10. I know. That is the exact same face I made.
I get it. Some people, they're just play racing sims or whatever. Like I can respect it. It's not his bag, but why would you even play it if you know Grand Theft Auto? I mean, the formula hasn't changed. GTA 2 was, you could fart and burp on people since PlayStation 1. 3, very clear what the game's about. Vice City, San Andreas.
What's I gonna say? It was already a staple, I feel, of culture by then.
Yeah,
like I said, San Andreas, 1000%. Like it cemented GTA in pop culture.
Yeah.
All the CJ stuff. What's it called? Grove Street, the hot coffee fiasco. Like everyone knew GTA by that point.
Yeah.
And it's called Grand Theft Auto. What are you thinking, man?
You're a fucking idiot. Whoever made that second review.
Like, not for disliking it again. To each their own, but come on now.
I'm not a racing sim person. I'm not going to buy Gran Turismo because I don't like racing sims.
And then you're not going to, then what's it called? Belittle anyone. Yeah, and be like, oh, this is stupid. Like, well, they don't get it.
Yeah. Jesus. Okay.
All right. I mean, again, really good. You're doing much better than I thought. Man, I should have upped the score. Okay. Game number 5, 2012. 76 critics.
Vibrating.
That was my stomach growling, and if you could hear that.
I thought that was your cat. I thought that was your cat.
Oh, God. This is gone off the rails already.
I'm sorry. I thought your cat always.
I didn't even know you were referencing my cat. I thought you were just making a joke.
No, I thought I was trying to do a double entendre.
No, this is the one time I have no cats around. That's what's my stomach. I'm gonna note the time on this so I can hear it. I can't wait till you editing and then just see that huge fucking sound wave. Oh my God. I'm sorry to everyone who's gonna hear that. I just ate dinner, so I don't know why my stomach's growling. And no, that was not my pussy cat. That was just my stomach struggling, I guess. Okay.
All right.
Game from 2012.
Okay.
76 critic score, 8.3 user. What can I say about this game? The gameplay was okay, though nothing we haven't seen in countless other shooters. What is super annoying, however, is the America versus the world garbage found in so many games and movies nowadays. Right down to the music playing during the main menu. I mean, seriously, how cliche is that? What a joke. Even for a free game, I'm still feeling somehow ripped off. 4 out of 10.
You said 2012, a free game?
I'll also be clear, too, that maybe they got it for free.
Okay. America versus the world.
If you need me to repeat any parts, I'll gladly do that.
You said 2012, right?
Yes. 76 critic, 8.3 user.
Okay. That's when fuck, I forgot the game's name, but it's the game where North Korea attacks the United States.
I know it. If you can't think of it, I can say it for you.
But you know that I know.
Yes. It's called Homefront.
Homefront. There we go.
You locking that in?
I'm locking in Homefront, yeah. Okay.
I'll let you finish after this. Sadly, that is not correct. It's not. What were you going to say, though?
Okay, no.
No, now you don't know. Honestly, when you get it, that first review is going to probably piss you off more because I'm not going to lie to you, it's kind of not right. Like, I know it's subjective, but this is kind of objectively wrong. But anyway, here's the second review.
Okay.
A game that sells based on letting you commit fake violence while screaming about the immorality of said fake violence. Take the moral choice and don't even buy the game. 0 out of 10.
It can't be The Last of Us.
Mm-hmm.
Because The Last of Us did come out in 2012.
You about to right down to the music playing during the main menu. I mean, seriously, how cliche.
Now I know. Spec Ops The Line.
That is correct, Jerry. And now you know what I mean now when I say Yeah, the first review misled you greatly because they did not
world?
understand it.
They were mentally short bust. I mean, that's. I mean,
No, like I said, I like when he said the gameplay was okay, I can understand that because I was not a fan of the gameplay either.
I got the platinum on that. I beat it
You-
on the hardest difficulty. That shit was hard.
I've seen videos of that. You, sir, are a legend for that. Seriously. But
So
yeah, it is very much not America versus the world. It may play on that. It flips that trope on its head. Honestly.
yeah, so what made me think it was Homefront is I remember, and because I went to basic and AIT for the Army at the tail end of 2012, and I remember all the soldiers had these. They're called game boxes, GEAMS or ES or whatever games,
Huh?
and it was a TV in a suitcase that you could put your Xbox or your PlayStation in. And I remember a guy had Homefront and he was playing Homefront his uh, uh, in his little box or whatever.
Hmm.
So that's why I was like, okay, 2012, America versus the world, because that is, even though it's not the
Yes,
world, it's North Korea.
it's the mindset.
Yeah.
All right, Jerry, you're doing really good so far. So I'm gonna have to handicap you a bit, not
Okay.
entirely. So through 5.
I'm already handicapped, so.
Oh, see, I was thinking about that joke. Through 5 of these, you've gotten at worst them all on the second guess. So we have 10 left. I'm going to put the year down as a final hint because I think the year is helping you a little too much.
Okay.
However, you can ask for the year, but only 3 more times through the rest of these 10.
Okay.
So we'll go from there. Because yeah. So, but remember again, 2008 to 2014. All right. You're just too smart, Jerry. I'm sorry. I have to make this interesting.
No, I'm just a nerd.
And again, because of this era, this is our prime, I feel like, gaming where we were good enough to play these games, but also we had enough free time to play them. I feel like this is like fair. Like you'll be able to know most of these, and a lot of these we've talked about at least in passing on past episodes. But okay, game number 6, 89 critic score, 8.8 user. Review 1. Great atmosphere and sounds indeed. However, the enemies look and function at a hilarious level of unrealism. There are parts that I could compare to Jimmy Neutron episodes in terms of unrealistic. Here you have very realistic graphics with monsters that look anything but. In fact, they're so stupid looking, it kills the fear of the entire game for me. And without that, this game is just a really repetitive shooter with an upgrade system. Not to mention painfully boring. Not a recommended title, unless being chased by special ed class terrifies you. 4 out of 10.
So I'm thinking Aliens.
Mm-hmm.
And you said 2008 to 2014, correct?
Yes, that is the range.
So it can't be Resistance Fall of Man.
Yeah, without the year, it's a little tougher now. This is exactly what I was hoping for.
Yeah.
I was too kind as a host.
Okay, well, what's the second review? Or okay, I'll guess.
Yeah, stab in the dark. Stab in the dark. You don't get any penalty
Okay.
for guessing wrong.
Okay, so shitty AI, goofy looking monsters, assuming aliens, and they said there was shooting, correct?
Yes, they were shooting.
Okay, so it's not Outlast. Outlast, Conviction.
Conviction. Jerry,
Second.
you are incorrect though. Whether it's first or second one, you are incorrect.
Okay.
Okay. So hint number 2. Not scary. Rips off just about every horror ever made. The gameplay didn't make it for me, and is trying to make us feel sorry for someone with a bucket on their head and their mouths taped shut. What a pathetic excuse for a horror game. 0 out of 10.
Okay. Female protagonist.
I didn't say that. Trying to make us. I'm reading too fast. Okay. Not scary. Rips off just about every horror ever made. The gameplay didn't make it for me, and it's trying to make us feel sorry for someone with a bucket on their head and their mouths taped shut. What a pathetic excuse for a horror game. 0 out of 10.
What year?
You want the year? Okay. The year is 2008.
2008.
It's really throwing you off.
2008, and the graphics look real. And it says
Again, remember this is from at the time, around the time, so that does make sense. It doesn't mean they've aged well, but at least at the time they looked good.
Oh man. Okay. So horror, 2008, shooter, Resident Evil 5.
You gonna lock it in?
or Resident Evil 6. No, 2008 wasn't Resident Evil. Let's go with Resident Evil 5.
Jerry, that is incorrect. I am sorry. The game was Dead Space.
Dead Space? What do you mean a bucket on their head?
The helmet.
What an asshole.
And their mouths taped shut, silent protagonist.
Yeah.
There you go. To say, like, now you see it. Now you see it.
That makes sense now.
Yeah.
Putting 2 and 2 together and getting 5 now. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And I guess, yeah, they were not a fan of the necromorphs movements on that first review, because they were saying, unless being chased by special ed class terrifies you, it's not scary. I mean, they were erratic, but I felt that was by design.
Yeah, they're fucking got new bones and stuff, dude. What the fuck? Okay. All right.
But again, yeah, like I said, okay, good.
Excuse me.
Even with the year. No, you're good. All right, good. I'm glad. I just wanted at least one stump. If you get the rest right, that's fine. I at least got you with one. And one we've done twice, technically.
Yes.
All right, I'll try to be a little better, too, with my enunciation. I know I talk fast, but when I read, too, I just like mile a minute. So, my bad. All right. Game number 7. 95 critic, 9.2 user. First review. Overrated and overhyped. Hear me out first. When you think of a game, what's the first thing you think of? If you said was any of the following, you probably don't know what a game is. Graphics, soundtrack, acting, story, any type of rating. All those are nice little features, but the correct answer is gameplay. This isn't an opinion, maybe in the context of my question, but gameplay is the most important thing when it comes to a game. Everything else can combine to make a movie. There's a difference between the two. If you like the gameplay, fine by me, but I thought it was horrendous and is most certainly what everyone overlooks. And that last part is a fact, not an opinion. 4 out of 10.
I'm feeling some Last of Us hate. Last of Us.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
Jerry, yes, it is. Right? You can just tell. You can just tell when it's a negative review of The Last of Us. It was hardest part, choosing only 2. Because there were some real good ones. Okay. But I felt like this is it for everyone who like. And this is a pretty mild review. It is pretentious because he claims things are fact when they were just his opinion. But other than that, it's. I've seen much worse reviews of The Last of Us. But yeah, that's basically it. They just hate that it's slow. It's basically little sections followed by cutscenes. I like it.
Okay.
I know. But yeah, I thought that was good. All right, I'll read you the second one too. I don't think this is entertaining. Or maybe it is entertaining. We'll see. Here's a second review of it. What happens when you create a game where stealth is absolutely dreadful and combine it with here's the other one. So I'm going to say it, sorry. And combine it with a retarded crafting system. The most overhyped game of the year. I've had my share of these games earlier, and I'm just about sick of playing these games, where you watch cutscenes every 5 minutes. First of all, how come you make medic pack from a rag and alcohol? That's right, you shouldn't be able to do it. Graphics aren't top class either, and there just doesn't seem to be enough freedom of exploring in the game. This leaves the game dumbed down and ultimately a very boring experience. 4 out of 10.
Yeah, how can you make a medic pack out of a rag and alcohol? Yeah, how do you make fucking zombies out of fungus, you dumb fuck?
There's right, like I like where like it's just very specific. This is the line, even though it makes no sense, but this is where realism just needs to be realistic. Like this is that's the part too. Is just like, what are your boundaries, dude?
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe if it slated itself as like a super real, like Tarkov style kind of game, like maybe, but it's not.
Well, like it was something like we played a little bit of it, Project Zomboid.
Yeah.
All right, that's cool, but clearly this is one of these games where it's not going to be like that. And there are much more unrealistic things than making a med pack from a rag and alcohol. So I don't know why that's your point of contention. Like I said, I don't know, man. Like, when you got a hate boner for something, logic goes out the window. But yeah, I knew you'd get that one, the first one. Like I said, Last of Us bad reviews, they just give off a certain energy. So good job, Jerry. Way to
Sounds
bounce
like
back.
somebody that only had an Xbox.
They're just hating. They hate us
Yeah.
because they eat us. Game number 8.
Okay.
94 critic, 8.7 user. When I bought this, I was expecting a game, not a movie. 0 out of 10.
So it's got to be something super fucking linear. The Walking Dead Telltale?
You want to lock that in?
Yeah.
Jerry, that is incorrect.
Okay.
Okay. I think you'll get it though with the second one. All right.
Okay.
Second review. This game is terrible. I buy games to play them, not to watch long cutscenes of some nonsensical story. Cinematics can't save this game.
4.
Yes, there you go. There you go. There it is. Oh, that top one. I'm like, I have to use that. It's gonna be tough to get, but that's basically, as a big fan too. No, it's a movie. But to finish it out, yes, Cinematics can't save the game. The gameplay is awful. It is not. There's just not enough of it. Stealth is done better by several other games, and it's a bad excuse for a shooter as well. Stay away. 0 out of 10. If this is your first Metal Gear Solid game, 1000% the story is nonsensical. It's just, you have better know all the lore to even get a whiff of any of the plot.
I played it with Metal Gear Solid 2 being my only Metal Gear Solid game prior, and I was lost as fuck, but I enjoyed it.
See, at least you played that one because it's like a immediate sequel to that. Like if you played only the first one or the third one, you'd still be really confused. But you played probably the most important one as far as like lore.
Yeah, because Vamp was in there and a
Vamp,
couple of
the Patriots.
Yeah.
So you definitely played the most important one.
Lale Lulelo.
Lalo. Yes, exactly. I saw one in there. I'm like, if I say that, it's gonna be obvious what the game is, so I can't use it. But no, yeah, it's funny. What was it? Still holds the record for most cutscene hours in a game.
I'm gonna tell a story. I might have told a story on the podcast before. But I was playing the game. It was the first time, so cutscenes are critical.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's one of the areas when you're in France. It's a cutscene, I guess, where they're in France at night and you're kind of sneaking around with the French resistance or whatever.
Yeah.
And I played. The cutscene started. My mom called for lunch or dinner, and you can't pause the cutscene.
Mm-hmm.
So I went and ate lunch. I came back and expected to find my character dead or whatever. The fucking cutscene was still going on.
Was it near the end?
It was.
Oh no, you said in Europe,
France. Yeah.
Oh, that must have been when like you found Big Mama, huh?
Yeah, and all like the helicopters and they like.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's so funny. You like went out, you ran errands, and you come back like, holy shit, this is still going.
Yeah, and I mean this game came out in 2008, right?
Mm-hmm.
As well, that's another game.
Yes.
That I think of 2008, but yeah. So at that time, it blew my 8th grade mind.
Oh no, yeah, this is. What's the crazy part about that too? It probably took like 5 or 6 years for that game to age graphically, like at all. It stood the test of time for a long time. Like now it's obvious it's dated, but it took a long time, even through the PS4 era, to go, damn, it's still holding up really well.
It is.
Can't wait for that to get released on the collection. Hopefully they do it justice. Hopefully so. All right. Good job, Jerry. You're doing well. You're definitely going to be safe. You're going to get that free lunch, no doubt about it. All right. Game number 9. 93 critic, 8.5 user.
Okay.
First review. Worst game I have played all year and has the worst ending I have seen ever. All of your actions in game, if you were a good person or a bad person, has no effect. The side quests that you do don't mean anything. I beat the game in 8 hours and only explored probably 1/4 of the map. Once you beat it, you cannot keep playing it. It just ends, and it ends pathetically. 0 out of 10.
That's a tough one because
Mm-hmm.
it says map.
Mm-hmm.
If it wouldn't have said map, I would have went with Mass Effect 3.
Mm-hmm.
But with that word map, I feel like they may have misspoke. I'm just gonna say, I'm gonna go with Mass Effect 3.
Lock it in.
Locking it in.
Jerry, unfortunately, you are incorrect. It might have been good following your gut there first. Gut there. I'll leave it at that for
Okay.
the second review. Okay, second review. Ha ha ha, we tricked you. You thought it was going to actually run on a PC. Then to top it off, we just put a new wrapper on Oblivion. You all fell for it. We have your money now. Nothing you can do about it. Patch it. Sure, we'll patch it. It won't fix anything, but we'll patch it. Ha 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 ha. 0 out of 10.
So Skyrim then.
Locking it in?
Locking it in.
That's a really good guess, Jerry, but unfortunately you're wrong. It's Fallout 3.
What the fuck?
Yep, it's Fallout 3.
Golly, okay.
Because originally, before they added the DLC, the only ending you could get was you go into like the that radiation thing and your character dies. Spoilers for a 15-year-old game, by the way.
It's 15 years old.
2008. No, I misspoke. It's going to be 16 pretty soon. Don't think about time. Time is illusion, Jerry. That was over half our lives. Oh, no, now I'm feeling bad. Shit. Oh, God. Okay, but yeah.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Jerry's just looking solemnly into his floor for anyone listening just on the audio version. His spirit is broken, not only from the lack of points, but knowing that one of his favorite games of all time is 16 years old. I've broken the man. I've broken him. Not only from the getting it wrong, but the passage of time has worn him down.
We're 30 years old, Jacob. We are fucking. Yeah. What the fuck?
I like how that sewed you off. Oh my god.
Well, it's whenever you said 16. That's what fucked me up. I was like,
this game.
Yeah.
This game's in high school now.
Yeah, it's a sophomore. Smoking weed in the bathroom. Stealing liquor out of its parents' liquor cabinet.
And this is one of the first games. I'm not gonna say it is the first game, but it's one of the first games you showed me on the PS3 as well. I think the first one you showed me was Red Dead, but Fallout 3 was at least the second or third one that you showed me. It might have been the first, actually. It's really, I can't remember the exact order, because you showed me GTA 4, Fallout 3, and Red Dead. You showed me all of those pretty early.
Yeah. Golly, okay.
Oh, no, Jerry. It's okay. Don't worry. Just let's move on. I'm just fucking snorted. Let's move on. This is supposed to be a fun time.
Okay.
This wasn't meant to give you an existential crisis, but looking on it now, yes, this was a long time ago, so I did kind of ask for this to happen. But let's go to game number 10. Let's just do that. All right?
Okay.
And from what I heard, yes, it was an abomination on PC at the time. I mean, it still is. So I can only imagine at the time.
Yeah.
So I don't blame that guy at all if his game just did not work. That was well. If you dealt with that, sir, by all means, rant. Okay. Game number 10. 86 critic, 8.0 user.
Okay.
First review. This game is a pointless sequel no one ever asked for. It ruins the character everyone grow attached to, jumps the shark on Man on Fire ripoff, and not a good one at it. Dialogues are poorly written, over-the-top swearing, all over the place, and horrible attempts at humor. Plot itself is full of holes and cliches. When it comes to gameplay, it's basically Kane and Lynch game. 2 out of 10.
Max Payne 3?
That is correct. Good job, Jerry. I was thinking about cutting off the Man on Fire thing, but nah, it's in there. I gotta leave it. I picked it. I'm sure that's what gave it away.
That is. That and whenever it talked about an old character that didn't need a sequel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, you kind of figure too, that's gonna be that. And then the second review, though. 2 words to sum this game up. Overhyped garbage. Protagonist has become a low-life, drunk piece of shit who can't even save himself for the best of him. He's old, tired, and lame. He's not the character you came to know in the previous entries. He's on par with the Duke Nukem of the reboot franchise than anything else. 3 out of 10. That probably would have gave it away as well, though.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. I get the critiques of some of these, but it's like, damn, I don't know if it's like that bad, you know?
And it's understandable for him to be a drunk. He's been through a lot. He lost his family, his child, and then his next love interest, unless you got the super hard fucking ending, the secret ending, or whatever the fuck.
Right.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I guess it's. I will say, so even at the time, the shooting was a little bit wonky for me. But quick story,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we told it before. Remember, I got the last kill in Brazil. You remember this, I can tell.
Yes, I already know.
and we're on the bus, and I shot a guy. It must have been the last kill in the game or something, or in that level.
Yeah.
And it went in the guy's asshole and came out of his mouth or his head or something.
Yeah. So yeah, I remember that one. That's such a core memory, and I wish PS3 had a record option because oh my god, I wish we recorded that. So yeah, the guy was on the ground prone. He was rolling, and as he was rolling, that's when you shot him. And when you shot him, it was a direct hit in the face, and then you're right, it literally came out of his asshole.
Oh,
it was like
so
right down the middle.
In the face and came out of his asshole.
Yes, it went through him. You did like a sniper elite shot with like a rifle. It was just like an M4 or something. It was really impressive. Like we both just like you paused the game. We were just both like, "Holy shit, you just did that!"
Oh, dude.
Like I said, I wish we had recording a recording device back then. Oh man, I'll never forget it though. It's so funny.
Dude, we hung out so much when we were little, dude.
I
We weren't
know.
little, but yeah, fucking being an adult.
I know this is what we gotta do, but we're making it work, man. We're making it work.
Yeah.
Lay off the passage of time. I'm gonna make you turn to drinking again.
Too late, dude. I got a fucking Modelo.
Make you get you back on the hard stuff. Then let's go say that.
I've been drinking. This is gonna make people disgusted, but it's a whiskey. It's called Crocodile Tears, and it's spicy pickle flavored whiskey.
Oh yeah, no, that doesn't sound good for me at all.
You mix that in with some Bloody Mary mix.
I don't know, man. That's not. Ugh.
Get somebody pregnant with that, dude.
When you and Evelyn get pregnant, then I'll now know what happened beforehand.
Oh, she'll be pregnant, not me. I'll be able to.
You're out there like, no, this is on you now. I'm going to work. Look at that. You're doing good. You've barely needed any of the years. You got 2 of them left though. Just remember that.
Okay. How many more games do I have left, just so I can
5.
decide? 5, and I have 2 left. Okay.
Yeah, you probably won't even need them though. We'll see though.
Okay.
All right, game 11. 87 critic score, 8.5 user. First review. Sorry for English. I am Russian. This is a game or movie. I do not think this is a good game. Do not watch this movie. Do not buy PlayStation 3. PS3 has no games. 0 out of 10.
That's like no fucking hell. What is this? Russian?
I think it's probably just a copy paste or a joke. Just like broken. Like, well, again, kind of a clue. This is a game or a movie. I do not think that this is a good game. Do not watch this movie. Do not buy PS3. PS3 has no good games.
So I'm thinking this has to be an exclusive. Because otherwise, why would they mention don't buy a PS3? So that rules out all of the Telltale games. Because that's immediately what I go to.
Yeah.
I'm going to say something in the same vein, Heavy Rain.
Good job, Jerry. That is correct. It is Heavy Rain. And for the second review, just for the fun of it.
Do you remember that came out, though?
When?
Like, do you remember? Did you play it or no?
I watched you play a little bit of it, but again, you know how I feel about those like interactive kind of storytelling games. Just not a fan of them. It was intriguing when I watched you play, but whenever I try to play, I'm like, not feeling it.
Detroit Become Human.
I've heard of that one too.
That's the evolution. I have their very first game on PS2. Fuck, I'd have to look. I have it though.
Okay. Detroit Become Human. No. That's not the one with Defoe and at the time Elliot
Beyond
Page.
Two Souls.
Yeah, that's what it was. So the second review, cinematic, yes. Entertaining at times, yes. A game, definitely no. If only visuals and sound would be supplemented by gameplay, it could be one of the best adventure games ever. But it's merely an interactive movie with multiple endings, and I've seen some better movies too. 3 out of 10.
Respectable. I can understand it, especially if it's not your thing.
Mm-hmm.
Both of those. Well, the first one's a funny one. But...
It's more of a joke one, but yeah, because I should have saved Metal Gear Solid for that, because that probably would have been another good guess if it wasn't on this list already. For the whole it's a movie bit. All right, good job, Jerry. You got 4 games left and 2 years left. All right, 96 critic score, 8.8 user. First review. This game was a yawn from start to finish. Off to play some Killzone instead of this crap. The combat was iffy. The cover system was horrible. The guns were generic bullcrap. The level design was so cruddy. The whole game was basically a massive long tunnel. The graphics are not that amazing. The story is not that great. Overall, a very overrated game. 0 out of 10.
So it has a cover system.
Mm-hmm.
The guns where?
They meant were.
Oh.
Again, sorry, yeah. When you read it verbatim, it just throws you off. But the guns were generic bullcrap is what I'm assuming they meant.
Can you read it again?
Yeah. This game was a yawn from start to finish. Off to play some Killzone instead of this crap. The combat was iffy. The cover system was horrible. The guns were generic bullcrap. The level design was so cruddy. The whole game was basically a massive long tunnel. The graphics are not that amazing. The story is not that great. Overall, a very overrated game. 0 out of 10.
Okay, by the guns being generic bullcrap, I don't think that they mean like they were generic real world. I think they meant that there's like an assault rifle, there's a shotgun, there's a pistol, there's the basics of each of those. Cover system. That's really got me.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, this is around the time too. A lot of games have a cover system too, so it doesn't help too much.
Yeah, what year?
Oh, you want to do this before the second review? I guess, yeah, that's technically just not it. Okay, 2009.
2009.
Yeah, that one's kind of a forgotten year because it's after the good year. A really good year, I should say.
Man, 2009. Trying to think of games with the cover system.
It might get a little harder now since, I mean, obviously I didn't reuse games, so now you can't use the ones you've already guessed or I've told you.
Yeah. There's a game that I'm thinking of that has a cover system.
I'll give you 30 seconds.
Okay. Tom Clancy, Future Soldier.
You know, we'll lock that in.
Yeah.
Jerry, you are incorrect, unfortunately. Okay. So now we're going to go to the second review. Almost 2 years later, I still don't see what the big fuss is about. The story and characters are your basic action-adventure ripoff with a huge emphasis on the action in-game. While I didn't mind the semi-flat characters or the shockingly dumb plot, the part that really irks me is that the game itself is just not fun. Clunky movement, repetitive gunplay, terrible platforming segments, and to top it all off, completely boring boss fights. Now, admittedly, I haven't played the multiplayer, so maybe I'm missing something. But overall, I don't feel like I could recommend the game to anyone. 4 out of 10.
Multiplayer. I want to say it's an Uncharted game. I know Uncharted 3 had multiplayer, but I don't know if Uncharted 2 did.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause I think Uncharted 3 came out after 2009.
Mm-hmm.
With Uncharted 2.
Locking it in?
Locking it in.
Jerry, good job. You are correct.
Clunky movement got me.
Yeah. I was gonna say too, I kind of censored part of it. Not bad, but like I hit another hint in the review was the characters are your basic Indiana Jones ripoff because I didn't want to make it too obvious. But then as soon as you said, is it Uncharted 2 or 3? I'm like, oh right, Uncharted 3 was like 2011, so that the hard part would have been guessing which one.
Yeah.
It is very clunky, the movement, and the guns are very generic. They're not wrong about that. I don't think the level design was cruddy at all, though. I think the level design is the highlight.
Yeah, I my biggest complaint is the games are Drake finds a place and then that place gets destroyed.
Yeah, they kind of poke fun of that too in the fourth game as well. That's all it was. You 90% of the game is finding the place, and the last 10% is place, like you said, goes to hell.
Yeah.
All right, Jerry, good job. 3 games. All right, here we go. Game 13, 94 critic score, 8.8 user.
Okay.
This game is a joke. I can complete it within 10 minutes and the storyline isn't even that good. If you want to play a game for beginners and kids, play this game, but for serious gamers, this isn't even worth the time. Don't waste the time on it unless you're either a kid or a beginner to gaming. 4 out of 10.
A kid or a beginner to gaming?
All right, Jerry, I'm not going to lie to you. That's just a joke one. It obviously gives you no help whatsoever. I just saw that and thought, this is really funny, and I want to include it. I mean, if you can guess it on that alone, I'll give you 20 points. But
so super easy though.
To them, in my opinion, I mean, it can be. And I just want to say too, you very much cannot complete it within 10 minutes. That is a bold-faced lie. So you don't even worry about it if you don't want to guess it. I mean, if you can, just take a shot in the dark for like in a few seconds, and then I'll do the first review.
So that doesn't count as a review?
That's a joke review. I just saw it and thought, especially for this game, it's just a little silly. And by a little silly, I mean it's really fucking silly. It makes it bizarre.
I'm trying to think of. So there's no hints in this at all?
I don't think so. That's what I'm saying. If you can guess it, that's super impressive. I just thought it was really funny, and I did not want to forget it.
I'm gonna go with Skyrim.
Skyrim? No, but that would have been really funny. That's not a bad guess. I'm pretty sure speedrunners can complete it in 10 minutes. Or not counting the intro. All right, first actual review, though. Listen, I'm a big gamer, and I love a challenge. There's not a game I own that I don't crank it up to the highest difficulty. It was enjoyable until Y button and other associated buttons in conjunction mode made it annoying to play. I literally stopped playing it when the shield guys are introduced. I'm sure it may be fun for people on lower difficulties due to being able to get hit and still stand a chance. I'm a huge blank fan, and the developers' attempt to make this game difficult is just plain fart noise and thumbs down. 2 out of 10.
Shield guys?
And I said blank because I don't want to give you the answer. 30 seconds on the clock.
Assassin's Creed?
Final answer?
Final answer.
Jerry, that is unfortunately incorrect.
Okay.
I don't know if I can't tell you because I don't want to mislead you potentially. Okay, second review. There is so much to love about this game. The damn shame is those things are rendered moot by the game's enormous flaws, namely the brutal combat system, unintuitive, user-unfriendly, Guitar Hero type button mashing nonsense, and the absolute lack of logic within tasks, which leaves you trying to Google every 6 seconds to see where the hell you're supposed to look for something. This is a game celebrated for the centerpiece combat engine, yet I constantly getting my ass kicked on easy. Once the story was over, this went into cold storage, never to be played again. Famous voice actors' work as insert character, however, is almost worth the price of admission. 3 out of 10. And again, censoring because you'll guess it immediately if you know the names.
Combat. So it's a fighting game, I'm assuming. Famous voice actor. What year?
All right, that is your final year. And the year is 2011.
Mortal Kombat? 9 or the last Mortal Kombat?
The reboot.
The reboot, yeah.
Yeah. Final answer?
Yeah.
Jerry, you are incorrect. It is Batman Arkham City.
Okay, I can see that.
Which now you understand why that first one, I don't know what the hell they were talking about.
Yeah.
But again, that's what I pointed out before too. This guy was like, this is super easy. And then the other guys are like, this is fucking hard, man. And of course, yes, Mark Hamill's work as the Joker. Definitely. That, he's right. Even if you hate it, that is worth the price.
Okay, yeah.
I knew that one would be a little harder for you since you really didn't play those, huh?
I played the first one. I played the hell out of the first one.
Yeah. Because that was like, again, 2008, which is another reason why I didn't want to put that in there. Because like, that's too memorable. He'll know it. All right, Jerry. Like I said, you're well above the 75 points. I'm pretty sure you're at 100 or 120 actually. But let's finish it off. We still got some time. These two last games. Ready?
Okay.
All right. 96 critic score.
Okay.
8.9 user.
Okay.
First review. This game lowers the bar in RPG Game of the Year, even lower than the dismal Fallout 3. A completely ridiculous story favorable to 14-year-olds who have no exposure to real sci-fi. The extremely limited options of the game make me think this was programmed for a Commodore 64. Aside from that, it's not a horrible game to play, but you probably should just watch Battlestar Galactica instead. It is neither innovative, compelling, or anything close to memorable. Really dig up Planescape Torment somewhere and see what a real PC RPG should be. 4 out of 10.
Mass Effect.
It's not going to help you that all 3 of those are in this time frame.
Yeah, but the first one didn't come out on PS3 for a while. I'm gonna say Mass Effect 2.
Jerry, you're right. You're correct. I remember it didn't come out on PS3 for a bit, but it was within the range, and that's what would have made it count. But unfortunately, you got it on the first try. But here's the other one that I thought was still funny too. Second review. You can stick a W in front of it, but that doesn't make it an RPG. Mass Effect 2 is basically a glorified shooter that rips off elements from Japanese visual novels and dating sims, which these developers then mock. Mass Effect 2 also consists of some of the worst voice acting in any game ever, and is really hard to take seriously due to bad voice actor choices. If this was a JRPG, reviewers would be up in arms in that. For example, when you leave your ship on a mission, you can only take a few people with you. Or point out how the plot basically just combines several different sci-fi movie plots and is one big cliche. Apparently, since it's a Western game, it's beyond these criticisms. This game is nothing special. 0 out of 10.
Somebody sounds jaded.
I was just going to say, someone jaded and very upset that their specific genre of gaming is not, I guess, as popular as this genre. It was very bitter. Like some of them, again, there were some in there were like, okay, there's nuggets of good criticisms in there. There is some bad voice acting, but I don't know what the hell does he mean by you can stick a W in front of it, but that doesn't make it an RPG. Am I missing something there?
I guess like a Western RPG.
Maybe. You know what? I think that's it then. And then it's a glorified shooter that rips off elements from Japanese visual novels and dating sims, which developers then mock. I can't say it didn't steal from them. I don't know if it mocks them, though. It just might do it kind of poorly.
So, yeah, the dating sim thing, 'cause I remember that was the thing when those games came out. It's, oh, you could fucking alien.
Yeah, I do remember that. Oh, my God. Fox News lost its collective mind over that.
You can fucking alien. Yeah.
And if anything, they're just promoting the game because I'm like, I want to play this game. And then you play it. You play 50 hours. You just get a quick 10-second cutscene. And you're like, oh, you see some boobs. But like, I did 50 hours for that. That's some bullshit.
10 seconds is all I need.
What was it? This was in 2011. We were 17. Yeah, that's all we needed. That got us through. That got us through the year.
Just touch the tip. Ah!
I'm just a boy. Don't judge me. I'm just a little boy playing with his dick when he's scared, alone, and confused. All right, Jerry. We're on the last one. And might I say, again, Really good job. I thought I didn't give you a lot of good reviews, but apparently I did. So whenever we do this for a different era of gaming, I am gonna make sure now to pick some more difficult ones. I
Some of those are
underestimated
pretty
you.
difficult.
I mean, you did. They were. You missed a couple, but again, overall, you at least got them on the second guess. That's really good. So we'll tally up the score after this one. So you ready?
Okay, yeah.
All right. Last game. 88 critic score, 8.4 user. First review. This is a game for bros. I do not mean that in a good way. If you identify yourself or your friends as bros, then you will love this game for its over-the-top everything. If you are not a bro and think of bros as a big buff immature kids in desperate need of substance, then you will feel exactly like that towards this game. This game relies on the F word way too much. 4 out of 10.
F word way too much. Huh. They use the F word way too much. And they mean fuck, not the.
Yes, they F bombs.
Okay.
No, yeah. Oh no, not that, not Brit cigarettes. No.
Fuck. 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 Because Kane Lynch has fuck a lot, but it's not a good.
Yeah.
It's not known as a good game. He's just got an 88 score.
88 critic, 8.4 user.
Would it be it's the game where you play as two mercenaries, where you play as two mercenaries with a mask.
Army of Two?
Yeah.
You gotta lock that in?
Yeah.
That is incorrect, Jerry.
Okay.
I never played that. I didn't know they cursed a lot. Now that I think about it, though, that does make sense. That does definitely seems like the vibe.
To be honest,
right.
The dialogue isn't really memorable, but I could see them saying fuck a lot in my head.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I never played it, but I could see it.
Fun game series.
All right. Second review. I am disappointed. This is not a very good shooter. It has too many cutscenes. It is a sorry follow-up to other game, which at least has good scenery. The AI is bad. The missions are, for the most part, corny, and it is not a true open-world game. Your world is limited to a very narrow area around the current mission, and overall, not a very fun game. You are very limited in your ability to explore at your leisure. If you enjoy a very scripted storyline and a confining, and they censor it for some reason, might have been a slur or something, maybe you could get some enjoyment out of it. 3 out of 10. I think this one's a little misleading. So I'll help you out with that. So it's a franchise, and this is a sequel.
A franchise, and it's a sequel.
Yes, it is a sorry follow-up to other game and franchise, which at least had good scenery. And this person believes it is not a true open world game, which again, gotta disagree with that one.
So then it isn't, in your opinion, quite an open world game.
I think so, but I don't think that's going to help you out too much because, again, in that era, there's a good amount of open world games.
Rage.
Final answer?
Yeah.
Jerry, it was Far Cry 3. Your dumbfounded look says it all. That's exactly it, too. I don't know what the fuck they were on about. The first review, I can at least understand. I disagree with it, but I understand it completely. Second one, I don't know what game they were playing. Because you very much can't just fuck around.
You can go anywhere.
Yeah. I think they were confused because they said your world is limited to a very narrow area around the current mission. And it's like, well, yeah, in missions, you're going to be limited to like the area. But then when that mission is over, you're good. You can leave. You can do
if anything. In the missions, you get a little more, like you get into the nooks of crannies of areas that you wouldn't be able to. Otherwise, that's fucking retarded. That's fucking short bus or whatever the fuck.
I don't know if any of those. I don't know if that's a good censor either. I might get in more trouble because it's like, we know what you're saying. But sad to end it on a miss. But overall, Jerry, you did really good. How do you think you feel? You feel like you did good?
Yeah, I feel like I did okay.
So let's go through it again. Oh, this is actually closer than I thought. 85. Wow, you got 85 points, Jerry. This is actually, you fell off a little bit at the end.
Yeah.
Wow, 85 points. You were well, no, you got one wrong. You still would have been fine.
It's probably a little bit because of this. A little bit of Modelos.
I think once I took away the years, that's when it started hitting you hard.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm. So I'll keep that in mind for next time. If we do this, you'll get for the whole game, you'll get a third of years for every however many games I decide. But Jerry,
Okay.
congratulations. Your what's it called? Engagement to Evelyn is safe, and you now are the recipient of a free lunch. And I commend you, sir. Good job. Phenomenal.
So I do have just a couple of
Hmm.
horrible games, good reviews, PS3 era.
Oh, okay.
I,
You're flipping this on me now.
yes, I do have a couple. To be honest, I think quite a bit of them you will not get because okay. So I told you this before we even start recording that basically when people are making bad reviews of good games, I think there's a little bit more hilarity in it, and they're like trying to
Yeah.
shit on it because they're trying to shit on anything, or they're trying to be purposefully be edgy or
Hmm.
funny. Whereas like good reviews for bad games, they're trying to justify, well, it's not that bad. This was really good, or if you don't think
Hmm.
about this, this is really great.
Right.
Um, so
It's more
because
like just trying to be apologetic.
or like it's just if you just ignore this one
Hmm.
horrible part, it's not. It's really good. It's actually just shit like that. So I have a few here. We'll just do let's just do three. I'd say would be a good start, and I'll kind of have an idea of where to fine tune these. Okay.
Okay, yeah, and then you can just do a different era or something too.
Okay, and I'll give you more hints because like I think these are a little bit more harder.
All
Okay.
right, I am
So
excited.
this first one we actually played and reviewed,
Okay, okay.
and just keep in mind it's a bad game, universally thought to be
Bad
at least.
game, but a good review. Okay, okay,
And the user gave this game a 10 out of 10.
okay.
And it starts off, okay, Randy Pitchford, please make this game along with Alien Colonial Marines available on Xbox One's backwards compatible games. Per Major Nielsen, it's up to you guys to make this happen. I gave both games a 10 because I really enjoyed them. Despite some flaws, the DLC for both games are actually even better than the base games. So, Randy, I'm waiting. Sign those forms, backwards compatible, please, and thank you. So, what I'll say is because there's not really too much of a hint to what it is. It's a game that we played and it's a game that we reviewed.
I'm glad if you didn't give me that clue, because in the review did it say Colonial Marines?
Yes, it did.
Okay, if you didn't say either of those, I would have guessed Colonial Marines. Because Randy Pitchford, Gearbox, they made Borderlands, but that's a pretty universally liked game. It's not Colonial Marines. I think I still might have gotten this because I did
Well,
do a lot of research for this episode because I know Gearbox now owns this IP. It's got to be Duke Nukem 3D or uh, whatever it's called. The shitty one,
forever.
the one we talked about, Duke Nukem Forever. Thank you. Yes.
Yes. Yes, yes, you are right. And even if Colonial Marines was in there, we never played that or reviewed it.
Yeah. Yeah. I would say those are very helpful, but yeah, I like how they do is like we didn't even talk about like the game itself. Like it's like I said, I think it probably got shit on a little too much. I think it's mostly because of its development. It was a kind of a joke. Don't get me wrong, I don't like it at all, but I don't think it's one of the worst games ever played. It's very dull, but I've played worse.
All right, here's the second one. It's kind of long. It
Hmm.
comes from Reddit, so there's no score associated.
Okay.
But it comes from Reddit, like I said, and it starts off. They've got to be fat. Speaking about the reviewers. And before, let me start this off. This is one of the games that started off the PlayStation Move. So it's one of the premier PlayStation Move games that came out for PS3.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
So they've got to be fat. Talking about the reviewers. I have a friend who is hot and does kickboxing classes. She owns on the game. It's all about using real fighting form in your hits and blocks. The blocking is very kung fu. She catches, in quotations, their punches with her fists, at the same time knocking their arms back and out so they're left wide open for her to destroy them. Then let a button masher try to play the same game, and they get their ass handed on to them. The whole time screaming about bad calibration and no tracking. Later, you find out they're holding the trigger or move button while they're flailing. or worse, tapping the X or O button, giving further confusion to the fighter.
Mm-hmm.
Watch them ignore the stamina bar too, flailing through the red flashing, wondering why their fighter is hitting so soft, not hitting at all. They complain about accuracy when they're clearly just missing. Hello, if your character is missing to the right, try punching to the left. Hitting too low, hit higher. Also, yes, leveling up your fighter is important, and I don't think any of the reviewers put in the sweat necessary to do so. My button mashing friends still can't get shit done still can get shit done with my leveled up fighter. It's a tough game. Accuracy and technique matters. It's definitely worth it to get good at it. Though I am getting quite sore and my back/shoulders are getting creaky after only a week of playing, I don't want to end up at the real hospital for virtual fighting. Remember to take lots of breaks if it doesn't tell you to chill out like Wii Sports does.
Oh my god. Oh man, on PlayStation Move, dude, I never even gave that the time of day, so I'm really digging in the deep recesses of my mind.
I'll give you another hint.
Okay.
This game was featured in an early episode of Workaholics.
Oh man, I again forcing me to really dig deep in there. Oh boy. Okay, PlayStation Move. It's on Workaholics. It's a fighting game, naturally. What the fuck? Dude, I have no fucking clue, but I mean, okay, if I had to make any kind of guess, is it a UFC game?
No, not associated with any major fighting brand.
Ah, fuck, man, I have no clue. Is it like a part? Well, give me one more hint. Then. Is it part of like a big fighting franchise?
Not part of a franchise. This was going to be the first game, I believe, and it was like a premier Move game.
Oh, dude, then I can't even guess. I legit have no freaking clue.
The Fight, Lights Out.
Dude, I gotta Google this because I legit don't even know.
Yeah.
The Fight, Lights Out?
Just type in that with Workaholics.
Oh my. Okay, you know what? This is actually bringing up a little bit of memories. Dude, that's crazy. What the hell? Oh man, maybe we should review this game. Good lord. I completely forgot this even existed.
Yeah.
From 2010. Yeah. God damn. Yeah, no, I never would have guessed that. You could have given me 1,000 guesses. Would not have guessed this ever. Damn, that person was upset.
Yeah, very long review. All right, now I'm going to do another one because this is another one of those, I guess, bigger kind of reviews.
Okay.
So starts off, one of the most underappreciated current generation games is an intelligent satire of the gaming landscape from the mid-1980s onward. While it brings only an average length single-player shooter to the table and graphics that fall short of the expectations laid out there by big-budget AAA Hollywood titles, it asks for less money in return. It invokes the indie spirit of a lovable, ballsy bargain bin title like Serious Sam and relies on clever writing to paint a humorous, violent picture onto a bare canvas of standard cover system shooting mechanics, while tweaking those mechanics with a few nice little innovations of its own, such as the ability to aim at your next desired bit of cover and tap the button to sprint towards it, a feature later used in the widespread acclaim and Splinter Cell Conviction. Also, while the game was made for Xbox 360 and PS3, much of the game's humor is derived from the same Apogee and id Software games I first cut my gaming teeth on. Loves many of the same games I love. And while the game is full of cutting jabs, there is vein of spitiness that runs through the whole thing. It's not insulting other games, it's roasting them, much like your best buddies will do to you at a bar. So if you're looking for a few fun-filled evenings at a low price, grab a beer and hang out with blank.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. So it's making fun of other games. It's at least painting it as satire or a parody.
It is a satire of Duke Nukem.
I'm not gonna lie to you. If you didn't already tell me Duke Nukem, I would have just guessed that, honestly, because it sounds just like it. It's a parody of Duke Nukem. What the hell? Because Duke
I
Nukem's
actually
a
have this
parody.
game. Yeah, yeah.
It's a
But I
parody of a
actually have this
parody.
game.
You
Well,
have it.
like kind of like a parody of id Soft games, I'd say, like Wolfenstein, like the earlier ones,
Oh,
and
okay.
Duke Nukem, those kind of old school 3D kind of.
Gotcha. Oh man. So kind of roast those games. It's not a AAA game because it's at a cheaper price and everything. Is it a shooter?
It's a
It's
shooter,
a shooter. Okay, I imagine it's
third
a shooter.
person.
Yeah, third person shooter. It's an indie spirit roasts these other games. Damn, and you have it.
Mhm.
Oh man.
I've never shown it to you conveniently.
Damn. It pokes fun at them. The parody of Duke Nukem. What's a parody? It's a parody of Duke Nukem. Yeah, you're right. This is hard. I've got no clue. I've got zero clue.
Okay, it is Eat Lead: The Return of Max Hazard.
Never heard of it. I have never heard of it.
So it's pretty good, and I kind of enjoyed the game, and I get where they're
Mhm.
coming from because it's the first game in the it's not even a series, but it's the first and only game, and they make it look like this is a washed up video game character who is trying to make a comeback, and so it's like the return of Max Hazard, but there never was a Max Hazard.
Gotcha. Okay. Damn, I have never seen this. I'm trying to think. Who did this? Publisher, D3 publisher, David Ellis. Wow, this is completely flown under the radar. I have never seen this. Game was developed by Vicious Cycle Software and published by D3. Damn, that's crazy. Yeah, and then looking at the reviews, it's got mediocre scores, like in the 50s. The highest one is a 6 out of 10 from GameSpot. It says, yeah, clever video game parody and awesome music, but criticized the derivative level design and cheap enemy placement. Does that sound about fair to you?
Yeah. It was nothing special, but I appreciated it.
If anything, Jerry, these are just giving me ideas for games we can mess with in the future.
All right. Well, I have one last one for you.
All right, let's do it. Hopefully I can get this one, because damn, I want to at least get one. I got Duke Nukem right. Let's see if I can finish off with a
Okay.
right guess.
This game makes me sad. It makes me sad on the level I cannot describe. It killed the studio. I love that beat some of my favorite games like Time Splinters, Future Perfect, and Second Sight. The story's interesting, but it's just told so badly. The voice acting makes it seem like a Saturday cartoon show would intercept. Wait, what? Cartoon show would
Can you repeat
intercept.
it?
Yeah, intercept department. I like it, but it's just not entertaining. And so this is a bad review of that game.
You couldn't even read it, Jerry.
Yeah, I just. Okay. I'll just finish it off. It's a bad review.
Finish it off. Let's see. Let's just see.
Okay. I know of their production hall that was behind the scenes when they made this game, and I can feel it. It feels so jangy and not meant to be played on PS3, and it's just not fun. It has concept that can entertain, but they're just not committed to good enough, that they didn't have enough time, or maybe this gave us just doomed from the start. Basically, the game is bad and has a good consent and killed the studio I loved. So this game is bad.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Is it Haze?
It is Haze.
Oh my god. All right, that was a real. So the two major clues there were obviously it's a bad game, but the Time Splitters one, and then also it killed the studio that I love. Hayes very much did kill the studio, and I believe the developers also developed Time Splitters. Again, I knew that from, okay, this is where the research pays off, kids. I knew that from doing research from other stuff. We didn't talk about it, but I do remember that. And also, that was supposed to be the Halo killer, which
Yes.
9 times out of 10, there's a few exceptions, but 9 times out of 10, if you are dubbed game killer, you're going to die. Very few exceptions.
Very few.
Oh my god, that guy was. I'm not gonna make fun of him, mostly because what's that? Maybe English isn't his first language, so I'll lay off that for that one.
It was hard to read.
I am sorry. I'm sorry. No English and Russian. We're just gonna go with that energy. It's possible. You're right though. It's a lot harder to look up good reviews of bad games because it's just like. I think like it's a lot easier to get bad reviews of good games because everyone's played it, and so if 1,000 people play it and 90% of people loved it, that still leaves like 100 people who didn't like it. And so that's still a lot to dig through.
It is, but I will say, and bad games, bad reviews would be hard too because to be fair, I don't think we played a lot of bad games. We, especially because when we were young in that era, we had to be like super careful of what we bought because we had limited funds.
Yeah,
so we were just buying everything that came out, whether it was good or bad.
It had to be like a famously bad game, like everyone knows. Like you said, Colonial Marines, Duke Nukem.
Yeah.
Road to Hell Retribution. I think that's what it's called. That pretty much Sons of Anarchy game. Yeah, that one.
Yes.
Just stuff like that where it's just like that. Where it's just
that is
terrible.
That's fun.
Yeah. Haze, Brink. I think of that one. That one was a big failure.
I have Haze.
I remember that. It looks great cover. Is that still your icon on PlayStation? Because it was your icon for the longest time.
Yeah, the guy with the pistol with his eyes showing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I thought that was the coolest cover. The game was so bad.
Yeah, it seems like it was not done. That guy nailed it. It was hard to follow. He nailed it.
Yeah. Well, not only that, like you can't even buy like your icons anymore. Otherwise, I would have bought some other ones. But yeah, I think the Haze is still it.
Damn. Well, this was fun, and all of those too. I think you mentioned to me before. You're trying to make it in the same era as I did, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I would love to do it for like older ones, but obviously you have to do more contemporary reviews because they didn't have an internet back then.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't as common, I should say. They obviously had internet in the late 90s and early 2000s, but that was a luxury. Now it's a necessity.
Like and you had to go to like Cheat Planet or whatever. Well, now IGN.
Yeah, or like specifically, yeah, just these crazy game forums and stuff.
Yeah.
What was it, like Paranoid or some shit like that?
My go-to is Cheat Planet.
Cheat Planet.
I still type in Cheat Planet and it redirects me to IGN.
That's crazy. Wow. Just out of habit.
Yeah, because Grand Theft Auto, man, Cheat Planet, but we'll get all those cheats.
Oh my God, you're right. Now I'm like, that is ringing a bell, but I don't remember why. You're right. That's where we got GTA cheats. Just write it down on a piece of paper.
And then fold up that paper and put it in the sleeve.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, God. No, Jerry, the passage of time is real.
We are old.
Oh, now we just have our phone with us and like, all right, that's cool. Which is fine. It's more convenient. It's just not the same.
What do the kids say? We're just not. Fuck, I don't know.
Don't even try, man. Don't even try. We just need to accept we're not hip. Any attempt to use Gen Z slang is just, it's not gonna look good. Really expose our age.
We're not the fuck is that?
Based. Oh no,
I'm based.
We're not bigots or nothing. So maybe that's not. See, I don't even fucking know. Look at that. I don't fucking know.
I'm kind of based, but I'm not.
We're not hip.
We're not. What's that?
We're not cool. We're not with it.
Phantom tax or some shit like that? Was it skibbity or something?
I fucking don't know what the fuck you're on about, Jerry. You're saying may as well be speaking a different language to me. I have no.
My little cousin was like singing about a skibbity phantom tax or something. I don't fucking know what the fuck. I don't know what phantom tax is. What is it?
Man, literally 5 years ago, I was like, yeah, I'm still in the know. And now maybe even saying that is like, who the fuck says that anymore? Jesus Christ. I know in a few years it's just gonna be like, yeah, I'm old, whatever. It's weird being in like the transition of it though, and like realizing,
Oh,
this is not.
dude, I'm full on. I'm already in there.
Oh, you're
Like,
already
I'll
in there.
hear stories, or
Mhm.
like I'll hear people even in our same age group
Mhm.
talk. And I guess it's maybe because it's people in like more privileged, I don't know, settings or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's just a totally different mindset than I guess what we have, not coming from that kind of area, or that kind of, I don't know, culture or fucking whatever, that, privilege or whatever. And it's just fucking totally different levels.
Yeah, I guess so, huh? Damn.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think I
Ugh.
probably stay a little bit more in it. I'm not as bad because Alyssa's a teacher, and even though she teaches pre-K, in her school, I think it goes up to like 5th or 6th grade. So it's still like a good amount of like exposure to like I guess their culture and stuff, like their slang, what they do and stuff.
The little 4-year-olds aren't going around saying,
Well, yeah, but like when you're walking, like
oh,
it goes up to that grade level. So even though she's not like directly exposed to it for like 8 hours, she still like can catch it like at the bus line and stuff when like she's sending them home and stuff, or just hearing when they pass by in the hallway.
I hear the new thing is like the jawline thing where they go like that, and it's basically like, I don't want to talk to you or something. I don't fucking know. They do the like, I'm mewing, or I don't know, like I'm mewing and too busy to talk to you. Like they go like, and it's like, I don't, like, I'm too busy. I fucking don't know,
That's
man.
what I'm
It doesn't
saying.
make
Like,
sense.
it's one of these like we can't try to explain it because it's just like we're not gonna be able to explain it, right? I'm
And,
only
and
30. What's gonna happen in 10 years when we're 40? You're like, oh god.
and for those people just listening, I guess, to the podcast, it's that kind of thing where like people drag their finger
Oh
across
yeah,
their chin, or their fucking was jawbone,
yeah.
and they go like this, and I don't fucking know. I don't know. Don't make me explain any more things.
We've already realized that the majority of our favorite games are over 15 years old. We don't need to get hit with more proof that we are in fact getting up there.
Yeah, no more skibbity.
Well, you know what, Jerry? Again, I guess it was a good balance of difficulty, but also you getting a good amount of them right. What do you batted like almost 60%? That's I'll consider that a win. It was a win for you. It was a win for me. And next time I'll have this more evened out. Maybe have some time limits, so that way to give you like just a little bit of pressure to answer it quickly. But overall, I say good job. Did you enjoy that?
Yeah, that was pretty cool. You got me a couple of times with the
Did you?
2008. Yeah,
Yeah, I know. If you got
I
that
didn't.
one, we would have been like, all right, game over. That's it.
You
You
know
won.
what? And Grand Theft Auto 4 is such like like you said, a core memory or whatever, that
Hmm.
I didn't even think about all the other games that came out in 2008. A lot of those games came out in 2008. I didn't even think about it, because Metal
It's a
Gear Solid 4, that's like, I played that shit fucking nonstop. I got the musket that shot hurricanes and everything, dude. Um, BioShock, I played the fuck out of BioShock too. I played the fuck out of Dead Space. I mean, these are all, um, but
Dead
like that,
Space, Saints Row
but
2, Fallout 3, Left 4
yes,
Dead.
yes. And I didn't play Left 4 Dead, but until recently here. But
Hmm.
Fallout 3, yeah, fuck me, Jesus, yeah, I didn't realize that, man. I didn't
Yeah,
realize.
it was a great year. Gears of War 2, Devil May Cry 4,
Yeah,
Resistance 2.
Resistance 2. I'm surprised you
Resistance
didn't
2
put a
is nothing.
Resistance game in there.
I was thinking about it, but like I said, it was a good amount. I felt like the other ones were a little more well known. I think
The first
was
one
it?
was the first game to come out on PS3.
Yes, that is a good tidbit. I think Resistance is kind of a forgotten franchise, honestly.
Yeah, so one came out on, I want to say PS Vita, possibly. I know one came out on
Hmm.
PS P. Then you had Resistance 3. I have 2 and 3. I need to rebuy 1. It's a classic. I mean, that game really is something special.
I've seen that. Mirror's Edge came out in 2008. Far Cry 2, Battlefield Bad Company, Midnight Club Los Angeles. Yeah, man, a bunch of old classics. Prince of Persia, the first one.
Yeah, golly.
Wild. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it, Jerry. And I think now this opens up the door, since it went so well, to doing another era. And like I said, next time we'll do the whole bonuses and stuff the right way. Maybe we'll do recent ones. That might be tougher because
I haven't played many recent games.
Not that many, and especially with the rise of indie games and like internet games, it's just a lot more to choose from.
Yeah,
like if we just did it from 2020 to now, that's a lot of games.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds good with me doing it again. Maybe even PS2.
Yeah,
like you said, PS2 would be harder.
Do more recent reviews, but again, it will be nice seeing, like, I guess, there's reviewing an old game like in good faith. Like if you played the first Red Dead and you compare it to Red Dead 2, it's obviously gonna be worse. There's just no way around that. But if you put yourself in the mindset of, okay, at the time, how would you look at this? And then you could, like, because there's still good critiques of it even for when it first came out. But if it's like, if one of the critiques is, oh, it looks like shit, like, it's been over 10 years, man. Of course. Again, don't think about
that. Yeah. Jesus.
All right. Well, I'm glad you had fun, and hopefully, for anyone who's listening and playing along, hopefully you did well too. It would probably be harder for you to do the whole thing, for the one, especially the ones that you got on the first try and you didn't know.
Yeah, for sure.
But even then, maybe we'll do it in the video where it's just like, I'll pause it and you can try to see if you can skip it or something. But like I said, that's for a different time. We're working out the kinks on this new little idea, but 'twas fun.
It was, man. I enjoyed it, and thank y'all definitely for listening, especially now that we're getting back in the swing of things. I know our upload schedule might probably be a little bit wonky for the time being, but really appreciate y'all for following along. If you're a new listener, please go back and look at some of our older games or older podcasts. I mean, it's really been a blast. We've done quite a few episodes now, and I think you'd really like it, if not something just to kill time, like while you're, spaced out while you're doing something, or to go to sleep too. Hopefully our podcast doesn't make you sleep. But if it does, hey, listen's a listen.
I will gladly pivot to a sleeping podcast if that's what it takes.
I do a little ASMR. I'll like rub the mic with my fingertips, like.
That'll be you. I definitely. Clicking. That's all you. I definitely can't do as ASMR. Alyssa hates it when I try to do stuff like that.
I'll get like super sensual. I'll put my deep voice on. Yeah, like, hey there, guys and gals. I don't fucking know, but we'll figure it out.
See, doesn't work.
Go to sleep. Do you like when I tap on the mic? I don't fucking know.
Or I'll just make my stomach growl, and it'll be like, oh, okay, yeah. Just my cat,
that's a snippet from our OnlyFans. That's a noise snippet from our OnlyFans.
Yeah, hopefully you're outside of Texas, or else you're not going to be able to get there.
Oh, yeah. It's you got to, like, rate, or what is it? You got to sign up with your ID now?
I think so. I don't know. Like I said, I don't have an OnlyFans, but I want to say, yeah, you got to do your ID again. I think what it is for, like, official businesses, or like big ones like OnlyFans, like, it's not just for sex stuff, but it's really for sex stuff. But because that's like an actual, like, business, they have to, like, abide by those laws. Whereas maybe if it's just like a rinky dink kind of porn site, it's like, oh, fuck it, what are they gonna do? Like, they're gonna sue us? I mean, they might. I don't know.
I wouldn't put it past anybody.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, well, like I said, maybe we'll start that. Maybe that'll be where we get our backing. That's how we do the really crazy.
My favorite podcast is an OnlyFans.
Really? I shouldn't be surprised by that.
Shout out to Tinfoil Hat. Well, they don't do nothing sexual on there, but yeah, shout out to Sam Tripoli and Tinfoil Hat on my conspiracy. He actually put out a shirt it says only conspiracies on it.
That's funny. That's funny.
I actually have it, yeah.
I like that. That's good. Well, man, I'm glad you had fun, and hopefully for all y'all playing along, hopefully you had fun too. Like I said, suggestions on how to work out those kinks. We'll always want to make this better, but again, I had a lot of fun. I've been talking about this for years, so I'm glad we finally did it.
Yes, for sure. And please DM us on Instagram. To be honest, it's probably the best way to get a hold of us.
Mm-hmm.
As far as reaching out goes. So if you have any questions, or even maybe if you want to be a guest or something, maybe we could talk offline beforehand, and if we figure it's a good fit, good chemistry, then we can maybe you could be a guest. But yeah, really, I mean, sincerely, thank y'all for listening. I hope to do many more episodes, and yeah, here's to getting back into the swing of things.
No, 100%, man. Thank you to anyone listening, old or new. Like I said, I'll be like, we're not even going to attempt to tell you the upload schedule. I know it's better that way, but we'll just be lying to you because we really don't even know our upload schedule. We're going to do our best to come out in a timely manner, but until we can get that, fully in stone, it's best not to even try to say we're going to try to do it around this time or whatever. But we'll do our best. We're going to get back in the swing of things, and hopefully, again, we'll get on a steady schedule. But until then, I had fun, Jerry. Love you, brother. Take care, and be good, y'all. See ya.
Thanks. See y'all.